So I mentioned I'd be doing some testing on deck because I wanted to make sure that close quarters was feeling polished and such. And I'm really glad that I did because I did need some balance changes, which resulted in a much more polished game. It was like I made it an addition to the Jetpack, which if I hadn't have done close quarter testing, most definitely wouldn't have made it in. The addition is when you hold down jet and lateral jet, the up jet only will offset gravity. So you'll float pretty much. I'll show you. And this allows for very fine control. It's not very, useful as far as in combat or something like that, but or I shouldn't say floating is not very useful in combat, but it's extremely important to close quarters movement, I found. And I'll show you what I mean by going through a doorway. These doorways here, in first person view, you notice like I'm still technically underneath the door right here, but I don't actually see it. And so if you jump, sometimes you'll clip the ceiling like that. Whereas if you lateral jet and jump jet at the same time, it only goes off of your jump inertia for that first little bit, and it gives you a fine control. And for this like jump right down here, you really have to thread the needle for it. And one of the other fun things, as soon as you find yourself in a position you think you're going to make it through, you can just float straight through. You don't have to worry about the upjet, like fluttering the upjet or anything along those lines. So it is something that with some mastery is very powerful, and everybody, I'm quite certain, will enjoy practicing with it. Otherwise, all I'm really going to be doing in this test is I'm just kind of surfing around the map, showing everybody what can be done. I'll try here to take routes that I already haven't taken, just to keep the variety up. For anybody who doesn't know, this is an Unreal Tournament 3 map, deck, very popular map, or at least well-known map for UT3. And that's why it looks so good. It's because it's not a map I made or anything like that. But it's props to whoever's on Epic's map team that made this. It's great. Yeah, anyhow, the changes, as far as all of these changes are going to take place, and really as far as like the differences in the jetpack from before, it's been kind of reined in a little bit. The absolute speed, as I said, I'd probably do. You still are rocking plus 100 speeds, but on your own kind of ability with a little slope. But at the same time, the jetpack has been increased in strength, but it also falls off quicker. So it means that it's much better at changes in direction rather than adding to your direction. So that's what's allowing me to do this very tight kind of, it's almost, as I said, Quake defrag movement, where I'm pretty sure it was CPM that used air control, but I could be wrong. Anyhow, as I said, I'm just going to continue going around. Hey! Lava, pretty much, or acid, whatever. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm going silent because this actually takes a lot of my focus, but this is one of the more fun things I've done in a while, because I really like Quake defrag movement, but I also like the jetpack so much that seeing the two of these come together in a really good way is kind of awesome. Along with, I do plan on adding some movement. It's similar to Quake in that when the player when the player lands on the ground in Quake, they slide a little bit instead of coming to a full stop. Like, let's say overspeed is what it's called. And in Unreal Tournament 3, if I overspeed, when I come in and I land, I'll just stop on the spot. Or if I'm running forward, I'll go to my run speed. All that extra speed will be lost, whereas in Quake, you slide. And that's actually what allows for the circle jumping or strafe jumping, and depending on who you're talking with, movement. That's so well known by Quake. And so I'll be bringing that in here as well, and it'll be interesting to see how that works, just because, lateral jets are in, and so this will be kind of interesting. But anyhow, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can of course post them on the YouTube comments page or in the game forum. And as I said at the beginning, I'll be putting out an installer for this for sure, just because this in itself is very fun. And I've already had several people request playing it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Blah.